Good afternoon, everyone. It's afternoon here, wherever you are in the world. I hope that it's a lovely day for you, and I hope that it's a day that you have found there to be much to be grateful for. If we haven't met before, I'm delighted to see you here, and I'd love to know your name. I'd love to know where you're from. So if you could let me know that you're here and say hello, that'd be terrific. My name is Gwenda Smith. I'm a spirit medicine woman, healer, wise sage, medium, clairvoyant. What else is there? All sorts of tags and things, and I've put some information in on the live for you today so that you can learn a little bit more about the work that I do in this world and how I'm here to serve, how I'm here to be the guide for people to be able to regain their personal power to heal, regain their personal power so that they can live from a place of heart. You know, there's so much around these days about living a heartful or a soulful life, and what better way is there to be? But you know, this world has so much to offer. It has so much to bring to you. Everything that you want, everything that you wish for, everything that you could possibly dream of. Dreams come true, wishes come true, magic happens. It's actually all there now. I'll just turn off a little bit of background noise and come back to you. So maybe you weren't able to hear me there initially. I'm not sure because I don't know what Facebook have done with these lives now. Thank you for your patience. So if you could let me know your name and say good day, that'd be great. So what I was talking about just then was that the world that we know and the world that we live in is the world as we know it. This is a really fascinating place to be, right? So the world as we know it. Have you ever had a conversation with someone and you think, oh, that's not really what I feel about that, or it's not really what I think about that? That's because they're talking about the world as they know it. And you will have a different perception or a different way of looking at things. And the way that you look at things, the way that you see the world, comes down to how you've been framed. So, you know, everything you could possibly want, everything that you could need, that you desire in this life, in this world, is here. It just depends on how you think, how you look at things. Now, you know, people, it's really interesting not to have any comments from you. I'm not sure if there's a problem with that. If you could somehow message or let me know, that would be tremendous. But I'll keep going forward. I haven't had this kind of problem before. So the thing is, what we encounter in this world by way of obstacles, by way of pain, is really interesting. And what we encounter really comes down to us in how we view things, how we feel about things, and what we want from them. Have you ever asked yourself that? This world really is about give and take. And is there a balance of give and take? Most often people would say not. I give such a lot, I get very little back. Ever heard yourself say that, or people around you? So let's have a look at some healing. See, by the age of 4, you've been very much distracted from the essence of who you really are. And everything that you do predominantly is a reflection, and it's through your learning, through your observation of the people that you see around you. So predominantly that is parents, family, siblings, and so forth. So is it any wonder that by the time you get to 20, you're hell-bent on seeking approval, getting people to like you, searching for love, wanting to be seen? You know, is there any reason? Sorry, I'm just going to see if I can find you on Facebook here, so that I can see if you have any thing that you want to say to me. So is it any wonder that by the time you get to 20... We'll turn that down, and then I'll be able to hopefully see your comments. Thank you to those that have let me know that you're there. That's fabulous. It's still not letting me see comments. I'll see if I can work this. Hooray, here we go. Hi Juliana, hi Danielle, how you going? Lovely, thank you very much. This makes it really tough because I'm trying to see your comments so that I can respond to you, and so that I can bring any wisdom, knowledge, healing through for you. And this is just all being very silly today, isn't it? Maybe it's the moon, is that what people say? Anything on your health? Hello Wendy, thanks for being here. Hi Belinda. Girls, everyone, let me know where you're coming in from. That would be terrific, thank you, so I can see where I'm talking to you from. And thanks so much. Thank you very much. Lovely to receive that response there. I can't see a thing on this screen. So back to this world and everything that we have in it is really our perception. So I'll go back to us, getting to 20, and we're busy looking for, from Singapore, hello Peter, lovely to have you here. We will go back to health issues. Yes, sure, Juliana, I will. And hi from Brisbane, beautiful Brisbane. Hi Donna. Oh, Perth. Hi Mel. So, we spend so much of our time by the time we're 20 just trying to get people to like us, pushing our way through life really, and all the time looking around us for what we can get, looking around us for how we think we want our life to be, and all the time bringing pain, bringing discord, and not knowing why. Melbourne, oh, heart goes out to you over there. Hope you're doing really well, Belinda. The more we go through our life in what I call the framed life, which is the systemised way of life, from Westport, New Zealand and Texas. Hi, how you going? Welcome, and love to see your questions or what I can help you with today. So our systemised life means that we have what I call an earth mind, and then we have our true essence. So we have our beautiful eternal flame of life that can never be extinguished, because you are infinite and you are eternal. When we have Lucia, hi. 1, 2, anything for me? Yes. This is so much more difficult going between screens to keep up with things. So I'm going to come to health issues for you, because being a spirit medicine woman, I work with spirit, and having the gift of the seer, being able to see into you and see what is going on there. But what's really important is to understand that whatever pain we have, it is a message. It is a message from the soul to say that we're not living in alignment, that we're not living true to ourselves. Have you ever done that little experiment, finding out what really is true for you? By the time we're up to 30, we are so very heavily in the earth mind, and that means that we are very external, and we're looking for happiness, we're looking for approval, we're looking to be worthy, we're looking for abundance, all out there. You know, how many times have you gone for a job and you've put the application in because you have the skill set? But have you ever sat back and thought, what do I want from that job? What do I want from that? Not what am I going to bring to that job and why should they give me that job? You know, it's an awesome experiment to do, to sit down and really look at where you're at in your life and go, well, what is it that I want from that? And yes, life is a give and take. So if you're going to go into a role, you will be giving through your service, through your skills, through your knowledge. So you are giving. But what is it that you would like back? You know, what is it that your soul wants back from that? So let's have a look at some different health issues and the way that the body. Thank you so much for your recognition through the emojis. That's great to know you're here, and I really appreciate them. So looking at yourself at the age of 30, you know, what is it that you really wanted in your life? Now that's one question, but what is it that you want from your life? You see, I like to teach living a life on purpose. Living a life on purpose. When you understand what your ego is telling you, what your body is telling you, have you ever sat in a space and felt into your body? I'm going to take you there today. Who's going to come with me on a ride today to go into your body and find out some of the magic keys for healing? You up for that? Oh, Juliana, thank you. That's beautiful. Money to live, that's why we need a job. Ah, there's the difference. That's fantastic. Thanks, Donna. We've been conditioned to believe that we need money to live. Now that you're going to go, oh, well, that's just plain stupid, Gwenda. Of course we need money to live. Do we? Do we first understand what our life is about? Do we first understand what it is of a life we want? Do we know how to live that life on purpose? Because I can tell you from lived experience that once you do not have to have a job just to live. You do not have to have a job to fit in. There's a big difference. And it's all down to how you understand yourself. Now, thank you. That's awesome. Yes, Mel, we do. We also need to be happy with what we do for a job to live happily. That's right. And so many people are not happy with their job. It's just a job, which means that you are certainly not living an aligned life. So when there's pain in your body, when there's discord in your workplace and you're really not happy about going to work, simple. You are not aligned to your heart, to your soul. You're certainly not aligned to the essence of who you truly are. And this is where all the magic happens. So when you are aligned, then you're able to get everything the way you would like it to be in your life. Now, I'm not saying that this is about having a perfect life, because that's just bullshit. There is no such thing as a perfect life. We didn't come to this earth plane for a perfect life. We come to this earth plane for the experience of the humanness, the experiences that only this plane can give us. Being earthside is a plethora of incredible experiences, and it's a treasure trove of amazing stuff. But what is it that buggers that up? It's the earth mind. And it's the belief that you have to do. You know, busy. People tell me they're too busy to be able to heal. They're too busy to be able to put in the effort to find out what their heart wants. They have a whole lot of time to think about it when they're in a hospital bed, or these days more often than not being home cared. You know, too busy for your life, then your heart, your soul will stop you in one way or another. So for those of you who haven't met me before, I am a qualified nurse, ex-theatre nurse, scrub nurse, and it's through my nursing that I had so many amazing experiences. I'm writing some blogs at the moment about different experiences with the patients, because that's what we called them then, and to see the way that people can heal. And then in my own healing work that I do now and have done for some 30 odd years, it's really incredible to see the healing that you are so capable of doing. So what I'm going to do today, as I said, is take you down a little journey, and we're going to go inside and see what we can find from your heart and what we can find from your soul. On September the 1st, I open and begin the Soul Mastery Collective program, and I can't wait for my next intake of people to come into that, because the changes in people's lives when they do the Soul Mastery Collective is nothing short of magical, and it's so much fun to take that journey with them, where they learn how to hear the messages of the ego. Who would have thought the ego has messages? It has messages all the time. Learn how to hear the messages of the soul, and be living a life that is free. Be doing a job that you actually love and that rewards you back, that gives back to you, instead of you trudging in there doing things, that you really don't want to do. The flip side of that, of course, is that we bring everything to ourselves for a reason. But sometimes it's pretty damn hard to see what that reason is, isn't it? I'm just going to have a quick read of some of your messages, so that because they flip by really, really fast. Yes, to have love and family, Donna, in our life. Oh my, all got to happen at once. Let's just turn that off. Yes, please let me know. Sue, what is it that you would like me to let you know, please, love? If you could just let me know what that was about. So with the Soul Mastery Collective, seeing people understand how they affect the abundance, how your body affects the abundance, is just amazing to see everything turn around for them, and watching them be able to bring in the abundance. So it's not a stress about keeping that roof over your head. Now, I do understand that at this point in time there are a lot of people on the east coast of my own home country, Australia, having a very difficult time. But I can tell you, having been through that shutdown, there is magic in it. There is incredible healing in it. And if you would like to know more, you're more than welcome to connect with me. My links are on this information page, and there's lots of info there for you to visit. You can also come and see me on Sunday in the online Global Spiritual Expo. The link is there for that. So I'll be there for readings. I'll be there for guidance for you. But I'm here with you right now. That's what you're going. Oh, come on, Gwenda, what are we doing today? How do you get a new job when you're in the age group where you are not the hiring type? Oh, Donna, not the hiring type. How do you get a new job? Is it down to how you invent yourself or reinvent yourself? Is it time to be looking further than what you have been used to being? See, I didn't ask you what you've been used to doing. Is it time to look past what you are used to being? Does anyone get that? You see, once again, we grow up. By the time we're 20, by the time we're 30, we have 30 years of other people's junk. We have 30 years of the system. We have 30 years of the earth way. And that means that you are so, so removed unless you've done the work. And if you have done the work and you're here today, fantastic. If you've done the work, then you will not be in that earth mind. And you will understand about doing and being. We do flat out, be busy, 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 instead of being. And yes, it is a practice, it's an art. And you know, our kids would be so much better off, we would probably be too, if we were taught these things. But for good reason, we're not. However, there are those of us on the earth with you who can guide you, who can bring you home to you and help you understand how to heal, how to bring forward the abundance that you want. Don't ask me for the lotto numbers because I'm first. So, you know, abundance happens in many different ways, and it's amazing how you can bring it in. No, I'm just too old. Okay. Hi, Brian. Welcome in. Oh, yes, Dee. Let's do that. Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and new. Hello, Amanda, and welcome. Welcome along. What time of day is it over there for you? So, you know, my biggest passion for you is to be able to bring you home to your heart, to your soul, because that's where life becomes peaceful. That's where life becomes free, abundant, and it is abundant in everything. You know, I live what I teach. I walk what I do. So I know how it works. You know, as a nurse, the experiences that I had in nursing, which really have helped me tremendously in working with my gifts as the seer, as the spirit medicine woman, as the healer, gives me profound earthside experience with grief, with turning life support machines off, with children leaving this world, long-term illness, so many things that we bring into this experience. And every one of them have something that we can grow from, that we can learn from. And I do understand, trust me, I do understand, when someone dies, leaves us by death from this world, it is heartbreaking. It is, there's no other word, there's nothing short of heartbreaking. But in that, what do we learn? What do we learn about ourselves? What do we learn? Hi from Brisbane. What do we learn that can help us? Now, I like to connect with our loved ones that have gone to the next realm and be able to bring their messages through for you too, when they are willing or when they're available. Hi Rosemary, going between the worlds and being able to see what is there. 1:25 a.m. Oh, you're a big night owl, Amanda, my goodness me. Well, welcome, and I hope we get to take you into a beautiful space of Whisper of the Soul in just a few minutes. So for you to be able to, yes, Wendy, it is very heartbreaking. Diana, lovely to meet you. Thank you. Oh, a message from the ego. Thank you so much. What a wonderful question. Okay, so our ego is tremendously busy. The ego has a job that the mindfulness community and some spiritual people will tell you that it has a job of protecting you. So the ego will get in the way when it believes that there's something it needs to keep you safe from. When the ego has a message for you, what you will do is find you step into denial, into guilt, into shame, into anxiety, into overwhelm. That's the work of the ego, protecting you. And what it's doing is actually trying to align you. It's actually trying to show you that there is something you need to look deeper into, that you need to be able to release. And most often, the mind joins up with the ego, the earth mind. Remember, I have two different ways of looking at the mind. So I'm talking to you about the earth mind. The earth mind is the one that's conditioned, and it's the one that makes all the noise. It's the rowdiest kid on the bus. It just doesn't shut up. It's got so much to say, and it's most often not helpful. So the ego and the mind, the earth mind, team up. The ego steps in to save you, to protect you. And old age won't just don't happen anymore. Okay, Donna, we're going to see if we can find some peace for you in the beautiful meditation I'm going to take you all through if you hang around for that shortly. So the mind and the ego team up together, and what a mess they make. But if you listen to the ego as an observer, not listen to the ego to follow what it wants you to do, because what it wants you to do is not what your soul needs and not what your heart needs. The ego is just being the little man with the flag going, come this way, I'll look after you, and let's go into denial, let's go into anger, let's go into fear, and that's all good. It'll march that march for you, and it traps you there, right? Have you been in any of those spaces? Do you get anxious? Do you come into overwhelm? Do you go into a space of fear? Have you got pain in your body? That's all the work of the ego. But what's its message? What is it trying to get you to take note of? When you look at what the ego is putting you into a space of, so let's have a look at, I haven't got time. I haven't got time to do that. I haven't got time to see to that. I just don't have time for anything. That's the ego and the earth mind, hard at work at play. What is it that you feel you don't have time for? What is it that you're getting distracted from? And that's the message of the ego, is the very thing it's trying to keep you away from is the thing that you need to pay attention to, is the thing that you need to be able to step into and release or embrace. Now, if it's something wonderful, the ego won't want you to embrace that, especially if it means peace, calm, harmony, abundance. So it's very tricky. And here's the thing that I received this morning when I was doing one of my instructive classes in my School of Wesh. If you haven't met me before, the School of Wesh is for the person who just understands that there is something really more than this world, that there's something much bigger. They know things that other people don't know. They feel more than other people. Sometimes might be called an empath, but they just don't understand why, and it messes with their head, it messes with their life. So I call them the seeker, and the School of Wesh is for them to be able to bring peace, to be able to understand what that is about them that makes them different, so they can live their life harmoniously. And then the other side is for people like myself who were born gifted but struggle to connect with their gifts in a positive way, struggle to understand how to live their gifts and this life peacefully. Because trust me, being able to see spirit, being able to hear voices, being able to see into other people's bodies, being able to see between worlds, it's not all bells and whistles. It can be tremendously terrifying. So the School of Wesh is a place for those people to be able to harness their gifts, to be able to really understand what in the world they're doing here with them, how to be of service with them. So I was running a class this morning for the seekers, and we were talking about the ego, and the word that people use so much these days, narcissist. So once upon a time we heard a lot about people being very egotistical and, oh, there's so much in their ego, they've got such a big head. How often do you hear that now? You actually hear people referring to others as narcissistic rather than egotistical. And I find that really interesting. It's not always correctly used either. So understanding the ego, understanding the whispers of your soul, this is freedom for you. It's freedom from pain and illness. So who's ready to go into a place of sacredness, a place of discovery? Who's going to come with me? If you would like to come with me, I would ask Amelia from Dubai, hello and lovely to have you here today. And again, actually. So what I'd like you to do, I want to end it all and nothing to be here for. That's not true, Donna. And if you do that, my love, you will end up somewhere a whole lot more unpleasant than here. What I'd like you to do, if you'd like to come on this journey with me into a beautiful sacred space, into you, so that we can hear what your soul, what your heart wants for you. Thank you very much, Deanna. That's beautiful. Get nice and comfortable. Let's get you really comfortable. Make sure that your back is supported. Make sure your feet are flat on the floor and that your hips are well supported. So we want the body to be very supported comfortably. Have your chin in a neutral state. So lift it a little bit and have your head rested. Place your hands so that your palms up. Thank you, Michelle. Hi, Mandy. Have your palms up on your thighs. And just taking your gaze ahead. Don't be worried about looking at the screen just now. I'd like you just to allow your eyes to go soft. Taking your gaze just in front of yourself or even gently down towards your knees, to the front of your knees. Now, I would like you to bring your eyes to the fingers on your left hand. And I want you just to look at each finger, noticing how each one sits. Now, as you notice each one on your left hand, see if you can let it go. Where can you let some space be in that left finger? And then the next finger, and the next, and the next. And then softly take your gaze to your right hand and look at each finger on that hand. Now, as you do this, become more aware of letting your eyes get softer and your fingers get softer. So they start to drop and they start to relax. And you notice how much tension you are holding in your fingers. And now come to your wrist. Let your eyes come forward to your wrist on your left hand. Notice how it connects with your thigh. And now across to your right wrist. Letting your wrists feel like they are merging with your thighs. Notice your eyes are becoming softer. Now take your eyes to your left elbow. How much can you let that elbow soften down into your thigh? Now go to your right elbow. How much can you let that elbow soften down by the side of your body as your eyes get softer? Your gaze gets softer. Take a lovely long breath and let your eyes become softer still. And as you feel the gentle ebb and flow of your breath, and you notice the expansion of your tummy, the expansion of your ribs, as your eyes get softer. Now to your shoulders, allowing your eyes just to drop down towards your hands. And as you do, how much room can you make in your shoulders by letting them softly drop? And your eyes are heavier now. Your eyes are softly heavier as your shoulders drop further down and further, and you're breathing deeply, and the body breathes ever so gently by itself. And now draw the breath as you gently close your eyes, allow the eyes to be soft and draw your breath through your nose and out through your nose. Breathing at your own pace, but being more aware of the breath, following it up through the nose, out through the nose. Notice now any change in your hands. Your eyes are closed. Noticing any change in your hands, the feeling, the fingers, the wrists, the elbows. Can they drop a little more? Can your shoulders drop a little more? Now you're going to place your tongue behind your top teeth and the roof of your mouth. As you breathe intentionally, this time you're aware of the breath and you draw it in softly but purposely. And as you take the breath this time, you're going to see if you can follow it all the way down your spine, down your feet, and see it exiting out of your feet. Draw the breath again, the breath of life, a gold light that comes with the breath this time and expands out through the body, expands out beyond the physical body, and you are now encased in the most beautiful golden light. And you sit peacefully in the golden light. It vibrates gently around you and has created an entire capsule over, under and around you. The golden light is the light of the Creator, and it brings to you peace in this moment. And now, as you breathe again, you take your breath to a place where there is pain, where there is discord in your body. And you're going to let that breath rest there. With your tongue still at the back of the front of your teeth, see that breath expand around where the pain is. Now we fill it with the gold light. You breathe in again, you're breathing in the gold light that surrounds you, and it vibrates beautifully in peace. And you take that breath again and take it to where there is pain and discord in the body. And as you breathe out, you fill that space with that gold light. For the mind that is busy, see the gold light as covering all around your head, over the top of your head, right down around your throat. This light is all-encompassing. This light is all healing and release. For the heart that is overwhelmed, the heart that is torn, the heart that is heavy, we take the gold light and we place it all around the heart and across the chest, and we let it be as we sit in the gold light of the Creator, the most powerful healing light and healing energy. Now as you feel the calm, you see the gold light that you are encompassed in. You are wrapped like a beautiful silken golden scarf, around, over, under and throughout, as the streaming gold energy fills you. And now I ask, your body speak to you, what is this that I am experiencing? What is this that I am experiencing? I ask you now, are you free? Are you ready to be released of this that you are experiencing? And trust that we will have an answer. by the time you are back. If you are not ready to be released, if you are not ready to be free, that is fine. The gold light will continue to wrap around you like a beautiful silken scarf and to bring its vibration of healing energy all through you. And here we ask, from the eternal flame of life, I call to Thee for your wisdom. I call to Thee for your insights. And help me now to be all that I am, truly am. Notice now the sense that you have in the midst of your abdomen. I call to my eternal flame of life to bring forward my wisdom, my knowing, that I may be free to feel the love, to have the abundance that all that is me. And so it is, blessed be. Breathe now ever so gently, releasing your tongue softly from behind your teeth, taking the moment to allow your eyes to come back to the sockets, feeling them gently coming back behind your eyelids, noticing your hands on your thighs, and feeling the ebb and flow of the breath as the chest gently raises and falls. Still seeing the golden light that will remain with you now for 72 hours. Becoming aware of the weightedness in your elbows and your shoulders, but at the same time feeling that they are lighter. Ever so softly, like winding a gentle blind up, allow your eyes to open. Just like a soft, gentle blind. And as the eyelids peel back, lift your chest just a little more, sit your shoulders back and down, allow the eyes to look forward ahead of you. And allow them to come back into this third dimension, the tangible world. And allow yourself to be. Please sit for just a moment before I continue, feeling into your physical self, feeling into the energy and the peace. Every time you honour the quietness and the peace, you honour your soul. Every time you give yourself a few moments to feel that peace, to unite with the gold light, you honour your heart. May peace be with you, and may the healing light of the golden orb stay with you for the next 72 hours, where it will continue to shift your vibration and shift your energy. Hello Melissa. Hello Kirsten. Hi Skylight from Panama City. How do you do? So, bringing yourself to a place of peace means that you need to give yourself the privilege and the honour Oh, that's beautiful, Diana. Mummified. I hope that's a good mummified. You will look sensational. Thank you for that feedback too. That's beautiful. The gold light will stay with you for 72 hours. Hi, Elsie. You can draw that light in any time, allowing your eyes to go soft, allowing yourself to track with that. Thank you, Dana. I'm glad you enjoyed it. You're welcome, Mel. Thank you. And Kerry. It's a very powerful light, embodied in that way for you. It will lift and shift the things that are not for your highest good. You know, it's such a shame that we get caught up in this earth mind and we lose our way. Oh, thank you, Michelle. I'm glad you enjoyed it. You're going to be mummified, Tiana. Well, I hope you can find your way out of it, but ever so gently. You know, another week when I come in, I'm going to teach you how to use the energy from your eternal flame of life and be able to expand that throughout your body so that you can disperse any pain, anything that is in your way, so that you can draw in the abundance. These are some of the things that I do in the Soul Mastery Collective too. So I'll give you, camera's going, I'll give you a taste of those things so that you can have the experience and see what it's like. Oh, thank you, Kat, and thank you for being here. You're welcome, Pia. Thank you, Mandy. Many blessings, love and light to you too. Tears in your eyes, Michelle. Were they tears of joy or were they tears of some sorrow that needed to be released? You know, you are all such beautiful beings. You are all so divinely beautiful. And it's just that you get so very distracted and caught up in the mess of this world. But when we come to understand how we can be the observer, how we can actually become our own power again, you know, and that's what my role is in this life, is to help people regain their personal power so that you can connect to that golden light, to your eternal flame of life, to be able to shift everything that seems to be an obstacle in your way. It's really there because somehow you've called it in. Thank you, Kat, very much. Oh, that's lovely. Thank you, Amanda. Glad you enjoyed it too. Somehow, and I know this is hard to understand, people would go, well, why would I bring that in? Why would I want to have pain? It's not that you want to have it. It's that you have been so very distracted from your heart, not knowing how to hear the whispers of the soul, that it brings the discord to the point that, oh, Michelle, that's beautiful. Thank you. And I'm so pleased you're in the right place for you. So it's just that we become so very distracted and distressed with the things that we experience in this world, that when it becomes too much, the physical body starts to break down. So again, in the tradition, in the Mastery of the Soul Collective, I teach people how to hear the message of their body, how to understand what the emotions are that are caught up in the organs, and what powerful message that is from the soul. You see, it's the message from the soul is where you heal. And it's when you understand what it is that you've brought to yourself, for what reason. And there is always a reason, even if you think it's because someone else has done something to you. You know, I was saying that I'm a nurse, or that was my career. I was talking to the love of my life before I came on earlier today. And I was revisiting, I was actually shown by Spirit for good reason, I was revisiting some patients that I had looked after and made me cry. It really upset me. And then I was talking with my beautiful students from the School of Wesh, and a particular situation for one of my beautiful students made me cry again. And I thought, wow, this is a huge day of emotion, heart emotion. You see, I'm going to write an email to my list, to my people on my list. And it's got information in it about a particular patient that I may share with you another day. But this one just now, this was a lovely man and his wife were walking down the street together, blissfully in love together, and they were run over by a car, and the driver drove off, so it was a hit and run. And the man's wife died at the scene. But the man was left so incapacitated that he really didn't have what you and I would probably call a life to live anymore. He was so very damaged, and sadly, because of his nationality, he wasn't seen to as efficiently as he could have been. So he ended up living the rest of his life in a care home, and he was only a young man. They were only in their 30s when they were hit. So I nursed this man, and he couldn't walk, he couldn't feed himself, he couldn't do anything for himself because of the injuries he sustained. And you would have to say, why did that happen? Why did that happen to him, to me? And I would love to be able to go back, knowing what I know now and how I can see the contract of someone's life, to go back and help him with that. I don't need to now because, when he left this world, he gets to see it for himself. He gets to understand his contract. He gets to see how these things happen, and he got to reunite with his wife. But for me, as the teacher here now, helping people understand why it is that things come into their life, why it is that life throws them such hard curveballs, that's my greatest privilege and honour to be able to do. And that's what I do in the Soul Mastery. So it's been really lovely being here with you today. And if anything from that man's story, I'd just like you to ask yourself about your life, where you're at now. And even anything that seems to be such a big obstacle, please know nothing lasts. Nothing in this life is forever. Not you, not me, not in this world, but we are forever. We are eternal. This life is the life that you know right now, right? So this is the life you want to make the most of. Live it now. And live it to your fullest. No matter what is going on around you, no matter what experience you're having now, please, when you get off this call, remember the gold light, remember the sensation you had, and embrace that. And then either go outside, sing, dance, jump around, or put some music on, go and stand and let the wind blow your hair back. Let nature bring your energy up out of whatever it is being the illusion of this life at the moment, because therein you will get the support, you will get the love, the energy from your higher self. It's truly the most magical place to be. So, Wendy, it was very sad. That's just one. And I say that with the greatest of respect. And I have my chuckle, not ever laughing at that sadness. It's just one of so many. Like yourself, growing up with their gifts, but from their soul has left an immense style extreme. Yes, Amanda, that's exactly what the School of Wesh is for people who have come to this world with these gifts, and then it becomes an incredible torment. It's horrendous for them to be able to try and live peacefully. So that's what the School of Wesh is for, to help them. And a lot of them actually take their own life. A lot of them go into substance abuse. go into abusive relationships, and that is the ego at work trying to protect them, but it may also be contract, it may also be karmic debt. If you can't be happy, that's exactly right too, Amanda. If you can't be happy with your own heart, if you can't come from a place of wholeness in your own heart, if there isn't enough love and self-worth, self-esteem, self-confidence, it's very hard for you to be able to receive love, let alone give it. You'll actually find that you're exhausted all the time when you're trying to love someone. You'll feel very exhausted when your own heart is not full of love. Oh, you're most welcome, Diana. I hope that you will join me again. I'm here every Tuesday at 1 p.m. Perth time. I'm sorry, I know that that's 3 p.m. on the eastern side of Australia. But thank you for those that came in from New Zealand and Texas and Philadelphia and New Caledonia, everywhere. Thank you so much. Yes, nature will always feed you. Hi, Sylvia from Brisbane. So thank you so much for being here with me today. I would love to hear from you. I would love to be able to be of service for you. Yes, indeed, Amanda, you're spot on. Enjoy and embrace. Yes, Diana, I do love your questions. We have our soul contract, and the funny thing about this life is we don't rock up with it in our hand. So when we arrive in this world, we don't get it out and roll it out and go, oh yes, look at that, that's what I'm here for. We don't have that privilege. Your soul, your Akashic records most certainly can answer questions and help you out. We also don't come with our past life memory, but it's there. It's all there. Everything is within our energy bodies. But when we come to this world, we do come for a reason. Well, that's most of us come for a reason, and that's what people refer to as my purpose. And I think that that's really been thrashed to death, and it's really got people in a lot of a bind, feeling that they can't find their purpose. It's been made into something that needs to be bigger than Ben-Hur, when in fact it doesn't. So you're welcome, Donna. I'm very pleased to see that. So you do have your contract of life, and it determines definitely your arrival and definitely your departure and the things that you wanted to experience for this life. Did you know that you also determine whether or not you will have children in this life, and you are assigned a particular number of them? But you can get in your own way by becoming too much in the earth mind, and you can create distortions in those things. So, you know, some people you'll see seem to suffer so much in this life. If you looked into their life contract, you may find that that is what they signed up for. So sickness and illness, most of it we bring into reality through the way that we live our life, but there are times when it is something that you signed up for in your contract. Karmic debt, that comes with you from a soul perspective and spirit perspective. That is something that will follow you until it's been paid. So karmic debt will come from past lifetime, something that you need to sort out that wasn't seen to before you left your world, before you left this world on a previous lifetime, or another world. You could have been in a different part of the worlds. So that's those two things briefly there. Readings, Amanda, I was hoping that through the gold light meditation that you would all receive some guidance from there. Now, if you didn't receive anything during that time, you will as this next 72 hours go on. So don't be surprised if you suddenly get a phone call or something great comes to you, or it's like an aha moment and you think, oh, I hadn't even thought of that as an answer to the problem I'd been focusing on. So the intention of that gold light meditation was actually to bring you messages for yourself. But let me just have a quick look here and see who I'm nearly timed out. Amanda, I'm sorry, I won't be able to because it's clicking me down. I don't always plan these talks. I like Spirit to do their thing. So we never know what's coming next time. But I welcome you to come back and see me again and again. I thank you very much for being here today. God bless, and may you all have peace for the rest of the day. Thanks again, and thanks for your hearts, your loves, your cares. May it all be returned back to you. Bye for now. Oh, all my links, by the way, are in the information. Lots of information there for you, and also my link for the Global Online Spiritual Expo that is on this Sunday, and I will be in there with guidance and readings available for you. And then there are also my links for my Facebook page, my website and information. So enjoy that, and I hope to connect with you again, either here or via one of the pages. You're welcome, Michelle. Thank you, Gianna. Oh, beautiful. Oh, Diane, you just tuned in. Well, perhaps you could watch the replay, and if anyone does watch the replay, please do put that in so that I know and I can come back to you. God bless. See you next time.